Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen. Today we have come to another synthesis video again. It's me, ARM, with you too. And today we are going to make sodium hypochlorite. Um, it is a very good bleaching agent, and although in my country, India, when we call bleach, it is calcium chlorohypochlorite, but when in other countries, when we talk about bleach or go to a supermarket to buy bleach, they give a liquid formula of bleach, which is actually sodium uh, hypochlorite, which is NaClO. Okay, so calcium chlorohypochlorite does not react very well with the different compounds to make different other very useful solvents, which like are chloroform. So for that, I'm going to synthesize the sodium hypochlorite to produce other different chemicals like chloroform. Okay, so let's jump into the labs just now. Okay, what we need today? We need a measuring cylinder, a beaker, our random jar, cotton, filter funnel, sodium carbonate again, and this one is calcium chlorohypochlorite, the bleach we in India use as bleaching agent. Okay, and I've also got an a stainless steel stirring rod, which is actually a long screw. Okay, but I think it will be fine. Okay, so first we need these two. Let's keep this away. uh, the reactants, let them be here. Okay, the filtration system, we'll prepare it in a minute, so let it be here. The stirring rod here. Just don't mind my hand bumping into the camera. Small space, you know. Okay, we'll first start with a very accurate 50 ml of water. I'm just using deionized water loaded in this bottle. We need 50 ml precisely. Done. We've got 50 ml of water. I hope you can see the mark now. Yeah, great. Now let's flip this away. We need to pour it in the beaker. Unlike, we could just use approximate values here, but it's much detailed in here. Okay, now we need to make a sodium carbonate solution. I prepared it using acting heat upon sodium bicarbonate, which is the baking soda. Okay, accurately 20 gram of sodium carbonate has been dumped into the water. Now it's going to do a cloudy solution as usual from my first video, but it's fine. Okay, now we need to wait for it to dissolve. Now what I'm barking is that this solution is officially clear. Okay, and it is the sodium carbonate solution. It is the random 10% solution of sodium carbonate. Okay, so now this is our calcium chlorohypochlorite. I got like 500 grams in it. However, what I'm saying is that now we are going to drop the calcium chlorohypochlorite into the sodium carbonate solution. We know that calcium carbonate is very insoluble in water, so it will drop out as a precipitate in the video in which I made, sodium hydroxide. Like the precipitate will fall and the precipitated forming will go to the bottom, but calcium chlorohypochlorite here, because a lot of air pores are in there, it will float. Okay, and also another thing, there may be generation of a little bit of chlorine because it continuously reacts with air and moisture to form chlorine gas. Okay, now we are going to dump in quite a lot because it is not insoluble in water. It's soluble in water but very little proportions, so I don't think much will dissolve. And I have started to get the smell of chlorine immediately. That is very annoying. Okay, I've taken my stirring rod. I am now currently stirring the solution. My stirring rod has been copper plated by copper sulfate. Like high concentration solution of copper sulfate, so we don't need to fear about its corrosion because it won't corrode away very easily. It's becoming a thick. It smells quite like normal, but yeah, you can see it has thickened up. We are going to add a little bit more, which I don't think will be a problem. And yeah, do remember I use a paper sheet here because I don't want my table to be corroded away. Okay, so we are going to add a little bit more the calcium chlorohypochlorite. It is more than 6 months old, so most of it I think is still calcium chlorohypochlorite, but still a lot of it maybe calcium hydroxide, I don't know, or carbonate. Definitely it's gonna be like that. Okay, we are going to prepare our filtration system. It's going to be a very strong and thick layer of cotton, and the filtration is going to be awfully slow. Yeah, let's dump it in. Ready, steady. I want my cameraman to zoom inside the jar. And also a fun note that the cameraman serving to my channel is actually my mother. Okay, I think I'm getting a milky liquid. This is not a good sign. Yes, that's a milky liquid. Not at all great. Okay, let that filter while I will wash the beaker with a little bit of water. And I will also add a little bit of sodium hydroxide from my previous video. Yes, it should react pretty well. Also, the solutions are heating up quite fast. I don't know why, but the solution is heating up. I'm going to pour slowly the excess sodium hydroxide and water. The filtration is going on pretty fast, and the solution is a little milky, but I think it is fine. Okay, we need it to filter away, and then we will do a quick refiltration. Okay, I will have to wash my filter once. Yeah, but that will be fine. Okay, let me prepare the new jar in which we are going to keep it. I've got lots of jars. One of them will be fine to use, I hope. Ah yes, chlorine is bubbling out, which means reaction is occurring and it is reacting with the water and a little bit of sodium hydroxide. But at the bottom layer, if you want to see, you can see a little thick syrupy liquid. That, I mean, like syrupy, not liquid, solid. That is the calcium carbonate with a little bit of hydroxide. The solution is milky, but we will do a quick refiltration. Okay, so that filtration was done. Now I'm going to start another refiltration because the liquid here is very cloudy. I'm going to pour this solution again, and very slowly, of course, and we are getting a clear liquid. Eureka! We are getting a clear liquid. That is dopey. Yeah. Yeah. Don't mind my childish voice. Sometimes when I get excited, I do that. And like I'm like that. I get too excited in chemical reactions. Okay. The maximum of the filth is now here, as I poured it selectively. Maximum of the filth is here. You can see inside. Okay. And now the solution is quite clear. Let it filter out, and then we will be able to peek inside and smell it. Normally, this thing will not smell as much as this solid calcium chlorohypochlorite because maximum of the chlorine is dissolved in there. But we will test the pH because it is bound to bleach the pH paper to white permanently. Okay, I think the filtration is almost complete. A little shake and the filtration is complete. Yeah, bro, you lie there. Huh. Now let's take I wondered how these guys get creative. That smells like nothing. Paper. Okay, I've got my pH paper. I think you have seen the footage. I was smelling it, trying to find out what it was made of, and we need to wait for a moment because it first appeared to be purplish, then it is getting red. We are getting a rainbow. Let me show you in the air. We are getting a rainbow. While I'm like, why? Why have I got a rainbow here? This side red, in the middle part red, then it goes no green but directly blue. I can understand why I've got a rainbow. Yeah, it has turned red now. It has turned red. Okay, we need to wait for it to fade to total whiteness because it promises us for yielding it promises to bleach the paper. We need to wait for a moment. I think it ran out of the bleach. I need to fill it up a little more with this guy. Yeah, now that's turning white. Yes, that is definitely turning white up over here. We need to wait. We need to wait for a moment. It turned purple here. Sorry, not purple. It's like maroon, which means like extremely acidic. Why? I can't understand. Boy, this one is making me freak out. I'm like, why is this clear solution turning that into red, blue. Bro, are you acidic or basic? The pH paper is having some bad time to qualify you as acidic or basic. You're not neutral. You smell like chlorine, a little bit of dollar store paper. Yeah. Don't fear, guys. I'm not gonna drink this horrible stuff. But yeah, the pH paper has definitely turned whitish and it is breaking up easily. There you see, it's whitish brown. That is definitely bleaching. Yeah, that is the bleached part. This is definitely liquid bleach. Yes. Ha 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 ha. So we have produced sodium hypochlorite. I think so. But this will be completely proven in the next video, in which I will be making chloroform. Okay. Because I sleep I'm a terrible sleeper. I don't sleep. I sleep for a very long time. Like I sleep in 10 o'clock in the night and wake up in 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So I'm a terrible sleeper. So I have thought that if I smell the chloroform, then I will sleep, and then when the chloroform rays goes out, I'll wake up. Now I don't know what will happen, but this thing will be produced. Next time we'll be using this to produce our chloroform. For now, goodbye, and don't forget to like and subscribe this video, as it is always free and you can change your mind anytime, anywhere. Bye.